Look at this. Today we're gonna have cucumber. And there's another one back here, look. Look at that one. That one's like great. So, I think there's another one over here. Yeah, right there. I got the water on, so I have to be careful not to get. And I just picked up. We have a lot of kale too. I picked already the tomatoes. There's no more tomatoes for today, but these little ones are so cute because they're pear shaped. See the shape of them? They aren't turning yet, like, so when they start turning, I'll get them. These are my carrots. I never grew carrots before. Oh, wait a minute, look, right there. So you can see the carrot. I can pick it. I think when you see that, that's when you pick them. I'm thinking. I put a lot. So we're gonna see what happens. Okay, we're gonna get wet. Because I'm watering right now. So, anyway, that's a little peek at what's happening in the garden this year. Hi everybody, I hope you can hear me. And of course, as soon as I push record, an aircraft just went above us, so you can hear that. Hi, happy Friday. It is Friday, and I don't remember if I did video every day this week, but I'm trying to see if I can do a week long. And today we'll talk about where I am, and I got, of course, some new books, a couple, one from the library and one that I bought. There's another one I have somewhere around here. Can't find it, so I'll show you it in another video. First, let's just talk about this, because I'm really like, I love when there's things that you do that you repurpose something. And I will do a video shot of this from the top so you can really see it and appreciate it. But my husband and I are in the process of cleaning our garage, and we are cleaning out our basement. So we got one of those big, huge green bags. You can put it in your driveway, you put all your stuff in it, and then a big truck comes with this big arm. It's really cool. It lifts it, it takes it away. So we're in the process of doing that. So he started putting things in there. And the other day I went by it and I saw this in there and I was like, what? Wait, I know I can think of something else to do with this. I'm just gonna wash it and I will think about it. And what this is the top of a bird bath. I bought a couple of years back, and part of, I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's a little chip on the bottom here. It screws onto a base, and I don't know if it had fallen and got that little chip. And then we got Ella, and Ella started drinking out of it, and it was just like, I was like, that's so gross. She's, she shouldn't be drinking where the birds are bathing and pooping. So I decided to take it out of there, and I put it in our shed. So he was like, well, she hasn't used it, we're gonna get rid of it. But then I washed it, and I set it on the table here, and later in that day, I came back, and all of a sudden, a light bulb went off. I think about 2 summers ago, I went, did I even say hi? This is Belinda from Belinda's Book Nook. Hi. It's Belinda for all those who are never, are new. Sorry, I just wanted to share my little repurposing of something, reusing. So I remembered that I had bought a bunch of floating candles because I was making for gifts and for myself. You can make your own bug repellent, and it uses I think I put lemons in it and basil. There's certain things you put in this liquid, and then you can put your floating candle on it and give it as a gift. So I was making that, and when I bought them, I bought a pack of floating candles that you couldn't get lower than, I don't know, 50 or something like that. So I have all these candles. So when I started thinking about it, I'm like, I could use this on the table. It would be really pretty, especially if we sit out here at night, and also on our patio at night. This would be really, really pretty to have the water and have the floating candles. Although the water is a little low right now, so they're not doing as much floating as they should. They're kind of stationary. But if you have, and I think that I got this at Job Lot. I don't know if you can look familiar with it, Job Lot. I don't even think I spent that much money. I just thought it was gorgeous because it's the beautiful blue, cobalt blue, and a turquoise. and it looks like a flower. So if you have one that you can take the top off of the base and that you like, that's a really cool way to be able to repurpose it for yourself. You could also, if this was one that was a little bit deeper, and this one has a center that's raised to make it look like a flower, but if you have one that's more concave, you could actually put which I had in this, but it kind of didn't work as well on this one of these solar water fountains. So when say I was sitting on the patio and I had this in the patio, the water would just squirt back up and forth in here. So that's like a nice water feature that doesn't require you to plug it in. So just a lot of things we can do to repurpose. This was gone in the landfill and just taken up space, and it was really pretty. And now I've been moving it around from here to the table to the patio. So that's my big win. So my husband actually was on a business trip, so when he came home, I was like, oh, by the way, I snatched this out of the trash. So yeah, that's me. Dumpster diving for decor. Maybe that's a new channel. Anyway, it's Friday. We had crazy weather yesterday. It was raining heavy, which I'm happy in one sense because for the rain anyway, because then I don't have to water. I probably won't water anything until maybe Sunday if I can get away with it. My vegetable garden I have, it automatically comes on twice a day and waters it, little sprinkler system, so we have that. All right, so let's get on with it because I was just chit-chatting way too long. So this cute bag, and I left a little tag on it because it's so cute. My sister gave me, I saw her recently, we went on this little canal cruise on the Cape, and when I went to see her, she's always giving me things, and so she bought me this book bag, and y'all know I love book bags. I love bags, I love stationery, I love fountain pen. I love so many things. I like crafting. So it's not like I needed one, but it is so cute. And it also goes with our colors today. I believe this is the Nancy Drew one, which I think is super cute. If you look at this way here too, but I like this side here where she's got, she's really looking hard and everything with her magnifying glass. And then this is cute because it's this author. It's out of print. So I think it's Out of Print Books. I think it's the bookstore that she got this, and it has like the due date borrower's name, and it tells you the different things, and it talks about who they are and stuff. I so love it. It's so cute. I'm enjoying it. So there's that. Then let's see. The last I talked to you, I just want to talk briefly about this, and then I'll leave it alone. Because I told you I would finish this and I wanted to talk to you. And now we are officially on August 1st. So I can talk to you about it because I've now finished this. This is Orbital by Samantha Harvey. It is, first of all, the cutest size book. Really beautiful cover and a very floppy paperback book. I'm out here, so we're going to get the allergy thing happening, which I brought in my defense. I have water in there right now. This was the Booker Prize winner for 2024. It's all over the place. Everybody seems to be talking about it, or if you go into the bookstores, you will see this prominently displayed. I thought this was so good. The things I will say about this is that it was very engaging. It was very fast-paced, and I appreciated it was following some astronauts and cosmonauts in this spacecraft in their experience up in space, and it talked in a great way about the impact we have on the Earth, and them being able to visually see from space catastrophes like tsunamis and things like that, that have been increasing due to the way that we're utilizing the Earth, or overutilizing might be the word. But it wasn't a preachy kind of climate space book. It was really lovely. I flagged it a lot, especially more in the beginning than the end. The end kind of was more I don't know. I didn't find as much after I got to about this far. Like the last little bit of it, there wasn't anything that I really wanted to. But when I was thinking about this as I finished the book, hi Ella. When I was thinking about this, I was initially thinking like, oh, this is a 4. It's a solid 4. I think it was really good. I really, enjoyed the book. And then when what I did, which I don't usually do, usually I will highlight and I will put the flags right when I do it. So I know where I highlight. Because this is floppy and little, I just felt it was kind of fun to just read and highlight and not have to flag, right? It was fast. And then I went back and I just kind of flipped. And when I first saw something that I highlighted, and hopefully I didn't miss any, I would go in and I put a flag. And I didn't associate them with, sometimes I'll do this is a quote or this is a fact. I didn't do that. I just picked colors that matched the cover, which is pretty much every color. And I thought that was really fun to do that. But when I went back to the book and I started to look at what I had highlighted and my conversation in the margins, that was a clue. A conversation, if I have a conversation in the margin of a book, it really affected me in a way that compelled me to write in it, but it's making me think. And so when I was going back and looking at the things that I highlighted, I bumped it up. And I think that I would probably call this a 5 because it's really beautifully written, for starters. It's accessible to everybody. It's not overly, done. I'll say the second half maybe got a little bit more technical, but it's really about the people, about family, a found family, about the climate, about our actions and how they impact the world. And the big one for me is the importance of understanding and recognizing and respecting the connectedness. I think one of the ones that I had my little discussions in here, watch, I won't find, here it is. Okay, so on page 29, if you have the book, I was going through looking at reading what it said, and then I think at this time, I was also highlighting who the characters were. But I wrote, I wish we could live like this on Earth, with such a conscious connectedness. Imagine how different the world would be. And that was like an important thing that I thought, that the message that the book for me was brought out, of how these astronauts and cosmonauts were connected with each other, but they also recognized, like the instance of being in the spacecraft with limited resources and small amount of space. It was just, they were in a fixed amount of space. They respected each other and they were conscious of utilizing things, that, they wanted to make sure that there was enough food. They wanted to make sure that there's enough air. They're very, very conscious of it. Whereas I think we get going in the world, and I'm guilty of it as well, that we become more self-absorbed and forget that we're connected with people. Even if you don't see them, even if they live in another country, our actions are connected. It affects other people. And I think that was beautiful, because when you do recognize that and you keep that with you, and you're more if you're more present and you're more mindful of what you do, how you do things, and how you act, I think the world would just be so much better. I think we'd have a lot of problems that we have now would not exist. So I thought it was great. I don't want to get too preachy. I really liked it. I'm glad I read it. It was this was this book I would say I had not on my list at all, wasn't interested in necessarily reading it. And then I saw it on somebody's channel and then they talked about it. I was like, I might check that out. So I'm glad I did. Another book that I've been reading for the past 2 months, and I don't really know why, I can tell you this for the truth, is I don't know why I've not finished it, other than it's been very busy, and but again, this came in and swooped in, and I finished it. This one, I almost feel like I am savoring it and taking my time. I told you about, I took the cover off so you can't see the gorgeous cover, but when I finish it, I want to do a probably separate video on it. And it's Written in the Waters, a memoir of history, home, and belonging by Tara Roberts. Oh, this is so good. I'm holding a blue book, so it doesn't really make a difference because I can't see the cover. But I am probably, I'm almost halfway through it. Well, I obviously didn't finish it in July, so the goal is to get it done by the end of August. I think in my book journal, though, I'm just going to leave it. I had started writing, I think I started writing in the June entry. If I didn't, I'll put this into July, even if I finish it, obviously, this month. So this one's kind of going on in the background. And I'm being kind to myself that it's okay. It's all right. I'm still enjoying it. I'm glad I'm reading it. It's very, very informative. So I think it's okay if it takes a little longer than it would normally do. So there's that. And then I have two, count them, two arcs that I have to get done for this month, for August. One of them, I'll tell you the name of it. if I don't cough like crazy. One of them, this one comes out, I believe it comes out on the 8th of August. So I have 7 days to finish it. Really 6, because I want to get the review up. Pardon me. I'll put the picture up of the book cover for it because I have it on my Kindle. But it's really good. It's a romance, a black romance, I guess we'll call it. And it's really good. It's cute. I'll just leave it at that. I'll talk a little bit more when I do the review. But I'm reading that one, and then the other one that I'm doing for review, that's called The Rewrite. Sorry, I didn't give you the author's name, but if I put the book up, by Lizzie. Oh, come on. Let me see. All right, it is. Let's see. You know, I'm so funny with this. Like, I can never get it to like just properly do what I want it to do when I want it to do. I can't think of the name of the person. I'm not going to spend too much because I don't want to lose my spot. But you're going to see it. I'm going to put it up here so you'll see. It's really, really cute. And then the other one that I'm reading for review, I have to go to my library, is called Solitaria. And this one, I can actually go to the beginning on this because, yeah, let me see if I can find the beginning of it and I can show you. Let me see. Oh, this one I can get the cover too. It's called, and I don't know if this is going to be the final cover, and I don't know when this one comes out. I think it's not the first. If it is, I'm really done for because I'm really trying to be good this year and get it done. But it's called Solitaria, and it's by Eliana Alves Cruz, and it's translated by Benjamin Brooks. I just started this one too, so the thing was I had this in there for a while. I'll try to put the cover up as well. I've had it for a little while, and I was waiting to get closer to the time it was going to get released to read it so that I could do the review. But now what I'm learning is I need to just read it when I get it, create the video, have it done, and then I can post it whenever, instead of, I don't know why I waited, because now I'm like, well, I gotta hurry up. So I have to get that one done as well. So that is one of the ones that we're reading. And then I'm going to show you, I don't know if I showed you this book. I got 2 books that I got. And I don't know, I know I didn't show you one, but I don't know if I showed you this one. Maybe I did. This one I got, I'm not sure, just recently. But this one is History Lessons by Zoe B. Walbrook. Did I show you all this? If I did, just shake your head yes. I can't remember. But this is the one that I got. I'm feeling I want to read it in September or October. It feels like that kind of book to me. It's a fun academic mystery with a black lead character, and I believe, is this her debut novel? It says Zoe B. Walbrook is a recently turned professor whose academic research has appeared in outlets such as the New York Times, the New Yorker. She was elected for mentorship by the LA bestseller Elizabeth Little, and History Lessons is her first novel. Was a runner-up for the Eleanor Taylor Bland Award. Yeah, so I love it. It says Zoe's hobbies include beginning all emails with my sincerest apologies for my slow reply. That would be me with my pen pals. That's probably what I should lead that with my replies to them too. But it's cool. I had another author that was great. That was like an academic mystery, and I thought it was just a fun book to read. So I may read this in September, or I may save this for nonfiction. No, what is it? When we do the mysteries, I could do that. I was to say nonfiction November, but that's not it. So I could do it then, or if I get too anxious, I might just read it sooner. I don't know if I showed you. I feel like I showed you that book. This one I did not. And the reason why I went and ordered this one, and I have another one that's coming. It has not arrived yet. These are used. But the reason why is because I was flipping on the TV, and I found out that Washington Black has been made into a miniseries. I believe it's on Hulu. Don't hold me to that. I think it's on Hulu. I started watching the first episode of it. They did an interview with the author, S.E. Edugen, and this is where I'm going to get to this book. You just work with me. We're going to get to where I'm going. I am really not losing my train of thought. So I saw that on TV, and then I was like, oh, I liked Washington Black, the book, when I read it. I read it close to when it came out, so that's several years now. And I was like, I want to watch it. So I started watching the first episode of it. And then it made me think, like, has she written anything else since? Well, Washington Black wasn't her debut. She had, I don't know if this is her debut. Let me see. Yes, this was her debut. And then the next book that I pre-ordered is coming, is another book that came before Washington Black. So I'm going into her backlist because I liked that book, and I really thought it was good, and I'm hoping that these will be just as good. And this one is called, and I didn't hear about this, maybe it's just me, but I haven't heard a lot about this or her other book, which I will show you when it arrives. But this one's called The Second Life of Samuel Tyne, by S.E. Edugen, maybe, and that's the cover, which I like. There's a couple covers to choose from. I like the other one too. But I love this one. Like, you're not like quite seeing him. You're just seeing the back of him, and he's dressed so nice, and the blue suit, and I just like that. So I bought it used. I'll read you the description of it really quick. A young man of great promise, when he immigrated from Ghana by way of Oxford University to the New World in 1955, Samuel Tyne was determined to accomplish significant things. 15 years later, now a failed and insignificant government employee, Samuel inherits his uncle's crumbling mansion in Astor, a small town in Canada. Despite his wife's resistance and the sullen complaints of his 13-year-old twin daughters, Samuel quits his job and moves his family to the town. So this sounds really interesting. Oh my God, good drama, family drama. For here, he believes is that fabled second chance, and he's determined not to let it slip away. At first, Astor seems perfect to Samuel. The formerly all-black town represents the return to a communal, idyllic way of life, but he soon discovers the town's problems, a history of infighting, a strict town council, and a series of mysterious fires that put all the townsfolk on edge. When his daughter ceases to speak and refuses to explain the increasingly threatening behavior, Samuel turns more and more to the, oh my God, another plane. Am I on a runway? Of threatening behavior, he turns more and more to the refuge of his electronics shop, where he hopes to build one of the country's first advanced computing machines. As his ambitions intensify, the life he has struggled so hard to improve begins to disintegrate around him. and a dark current of menace in the town is turned upon the Tyne family. Tell me you don't want to read that. You want to read it. You want to read it. I want to read it now. Reading that description, I'm like, yes. And give it to me. Like, I want to read about life in Canada with Black characters. What, I love it. I love it. And the other one sounded equally good, and that one should be coming soon. And this is used. Let's all just praise this, because this does not look used, and I'm living with it and loving it. And here's the author, if you've not seen a picture of her. But go online, you can see an interview of her talking about Washington Black before you watch the miniseries if you haven't. What else is in here? I'm talking really too slow. I don't know if I showed you these library haul. I did show you this one. I'm going to try to pick something maybe for this weekend or next week out of this one that I got out of the library to try. So I will let you know how that turns out. I did show you that one. This one I don't think I showed you. This was another library haul. If I did, like, just pretend, fast forward or pretend you didn't hear it. Just go, oh, I haven't heard of that book. This one is called The Rules of Fortune. It's a novel by Danielle Prescott, and she's the author of Token Black Girl. And here's a picture of her too. I'm so far away, you probably cannot see it, but this one is on their Martha's Vineyard estate. The Carter family prepares to celebrate. I feel like I read this to you. But when the billionaire patriarch dies right before his 70th birthday, the media is quick to question the future of the multi-industry conglomerate that makes the Carters living legends. I did read this to you. I think when he dies, the family is trying to find out. The daughter, I think, one daughter in particular, was researching kind of how he came about his money, and I think some secrets, family secrets come about that make for a little family drama. You see a theme here? But I also loved it because it was set in Martha's Vineyard, and that's a place we vacation a lot. So I want to read this, and I'm going to have to return it. Ooh. What did it say here on my little slip? Ooh, yeah. This is the 12th. That's not going to happen. Anyway, that's just a suggestion. I will be renewing it, and I'm going to try to get to this one. So, and then the other one that I told you about, I think I told you about this one, is Koleana, The Story of Family, Land, and Legacy in Old Hawaii by Sarah Kaholani Gu. And this one, I think I read this one to you too as well. This one is a true story of a woman who discovered that her family owned some large portions of land on, I'm not sure which island, that's the island, and it's basically she gets a tax bill in the mail, and from that she's like, what? And she finds out that they own this land, and so it goes into the history, and it talks about when they had a king in Hawaii, and when they were invaded, and I think it talks about how the land has basically been bought up and chopped up for hotels and personal, people that were very wealthy and stuff. So I think it should be a very interesting read. And this one too probably needs to go on the 12th, but it's just a suggestion. No, this one's due the 5th, not happening either. I'll be renewing this one as well. I may not get through the whole thing. I'm going to try to get through as much as I can, and then I might have to return it, but I just think it's so interesting. And I have family there, and I know they'd be really happy that I'm reading some stuff there. So those are the things I'm reading. What are you reading this weekend? I am very excited for the weekend. The weather's supposed to be great like this. I will be outside a lot. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to go and crank and read a little more. Maybe I'll do a little bit of me reading a little more for I gotta get this book done. I have 6 days, really 5 days to get it done. I'm halfway through it, so I don't think it's not impossible, but it's definitely going to be faster than like, oh wait, here, this is my sister gave me as well. Sorry, Ella, I didn't mean to startle you. My sister gave me, these are cute. I'm going to come closer. They are little, she's a cat. I don't have a cat, I have a dog. But these are these little paper clips that are so adorable. They're like little cats that you can you see them? I don't know if it's going to blur it or not, but that's what it looks like. I thought these were so cute. I was like, oh my God, I have to keep them for sure. But anyway, I'm going to do a little video footage so you can see the candles. and then I'm gonna go read, and then I'll talk to you guys later. Later, Gator. Oh, let's say bye to the camera. I don't even know if they can see you from there. Yeah, probably. All right, move it, girl. Move it. Come here. Come here, so say goodbye. Yep, well, she's going to start trouble. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.